Welcome to Stitchin Tree Quilts Marti and Me Club. I'm Teresa Coenen and this is month 5 of our 6-month series. This month we'll be doing Marti's exclusive pattern, Good Neighbors. We're using fabric pack from Kim Deal's Vintage Farmhouse collection. We'll be using Marti's pattern, Good Neighbors, as well as set J, Small Houses. Marti also has a large house set and I'll be explaining that on the video. Please join us as we explore Marti's pattern, Good Neighbors. To make our store sample, we used Kim Deal fabrics and we have those available in a cute little bundle for $28. Let's take a look at the templates. Template set J is for small schoolhouse. It finishes at 6 inches. Marti also has a template set for a large schoolhouse that finishes at 12 inches, and if you'd like that template set, just give us a call. Template J includes the small roof, the gable, and the sky. Those are all just single template pieces. And when you get to template piece number 58, 57, and 59, for the chimney, the door, the window, and the siding, you'll notice that those templates have marks on them because you'll use them as partial template pieces. I'll explain more as we do our cutting. Let's take a look at Marti's pattern. As always, on the front inside cover, Marti includes pictures of alternate patterns that she can create with the same template set. And then on page 3, she begins her story of the template set and how she designed it and why she designed it. Page 4 begins with the pattern for the Good Neighbors quilt. The instructions and the fabric requirements begin on page 4. On page 5, Marti shows a demonstration of how to cut multiple shape templates. Remember, I talked about how template number 57 and 59 are multiple shape. 57, 58, and 59 are multiple shape templates. On page 6 at the top, Marti shows a cutting layout if you were to use all the templates on one piece of fabric, but that's not how you'll be using it. You'll actually be using the fabrics as she describes in the pattern. At the bottom of page 6, Marti reminds us again to use the template as our measurement of instrument when we're doing our cutting, and I demonstrate that on the video. At the bottom of page 7, Marti has the instructions for cutting the sky fabric. Make a note that you're going to be cutting sky fabric from both your light and your dark sky at the same time. Marti says that you should cut those pieces right sides together, but it doesn't matter. You can use them exactly as they come off the bolt and cut those wrong sides together if you choose. On page 8, Marti shows you how she shuffled the pieces of fabric in order to get a good variety for her layout. And on page 9, she shows the basic house construction. You want to make a note of the pressing instructions that I included on the video. You're going to press the house towards the door frame. You're going to press the gable towards the roof. And you're going to press both the corner sky pieces to the outside. In the top row with the chimney, you're going to press the chimney towards the sky on the outside. On page 10, Marti has the final sky pieces added to the block, which you'll press to the outside, and then she has you add the outer rows. Marti doesn't give us the dimension for the outer rows, so in step number 1, on the first border, you're going to cut your side pieces at 24.5 inches and your top and bottom pieces at 20 inches. On step number 2, for the 3-inch finished 3.5-inch cut border, without cornerstones like what we show on our sample, you're going to cut your sides at 26 inches and your top and bottom at 26 inches. The rest of the pattern is just additional patterns that you can use with block or with template set J. The first one is a placemat beginning on page 11. The Home Sweet Home Cabana beginning on page 14. The Home Sweet Rainbow Home beginning on page 17. and then a bonus pattern called Sugarloaf Mountains. Marti's patterns are chock full of additional information for us. As always, the template set is included in the pattern, so you do not need to use the template, you do not need to purchase the actual template set, but it does make things a lot easier.
Oops! I made an error while filming, and I didn't press record button when I first started cutting. No worries, just follow Marti's first instructions on page 4. Layer your light and dark background fabrics together and use your template to determine your strip width, as we've done in the past. Once you've cut your individual units, you'll want to use the template to notch your engineer corners, as you can see on the video.
You'll need just one strip of sky with template number 56. You begin by squaring off the left-hand corner and then go ahead and cut 6 sets of your template. Remember, I have both my dark sky and my light sky layered together. You'll cut 6 sets and then engineer the corners. Use your remaining scraps from your strips to cut the 1.5 inch and the 1 inch strips that you need to finish the sky on step 5, page 7 of Marti's pattern. Once you have your house and sky pieces cut, you're going to want to lay them out into sets so that you can shuffle your fabrics around and make sure that you have nice contrast in each of your houses. One method that I found that works as a basis to begin would be to take your fabrics, all 6 pieces, and lay them in stacks. For example, this is the roof. This is the gable of the house. It looked just like my stack with roof, but I shuffled one piece to the bottom. This is the chimney of my house, and I have shuffled 2 pieces to the bottom. So if you take your sections of your house and continue to shuffle 3 and then 4 and then 5 and then 6 sections, you'll find that you'll be beginning with different colors to start with. That's a nice way to begin figuring out which colors should be going together for your different houses. Once you have your fabrics sorted, lay them out into piles with each house so you don't get confused as you go along. Since there's 6 fabrics, you're going to have to figure out what you want to duplicate. For me, I duplicated the gable with the area surrounding the window because I thought that might look like they matched together nicely. And I duplicated the window with the chimney. You'll need to determine which fabrics receive the light background and which fabrics receive the dark. It really doesn't matter, it's just a matter of your personal preference. When sewing your houses together, you'll begin by sewing them in units and then putting your entire house together. Let's begin with the door section. You'll start by stitching your door to the top of the door and press that seam open. And then when you put the 2 sides of your doors on, press those to the outside. Finish that for each one of the houses before moving on. When making the house front and the window unit, you'll begin by pressing the window to the top and the bottom of the house. Press those seams open, and when you add the sides of the house to the window, press those seams to the outside. When piecing the roof of your house, make your seam and press towards the roof, not the gable. Do your pressing before you add the 2 side sky pieces. Once you add the side sky pieces, you're going to press towards the sky piece. When you're adding the sky pieces, because of the engineered corner, they lay into your roof section quite nicely. You can see here. Go ahead then and press them open towards the sky piece. When putting your chimney pieces together, press towards the sky. Press away from the chimney. Once you've put your final block together, you'll want to take your iron and press all of your rows towards the sky. Think of the old spaghetti westerns where they would say, "Reach for the sky." I like to use a little bit of Mary Ellen's Best Press to press it and make it nice and starchy so it's ready to go. Notice that I have 6 different colors included in my house, but I have the chimney and the window that match. When adding your sky pieces, press your seams to the outside. Then, once you have all your pieces complete, lay them out on a design wall or on a table and make sure that you have them in the order that you think they look nice, and so you have enough contrast as you stitch your blocks together. Follow Marti's instructions on page 10 to stitch your blocks together, add your border pieces, and finish your quilt. Your finished quilt top before adding your border should measure 18.5 inches wide by 24.5 inches long. Measure your quilt top before you cut your border pieces and add them. You'll add your border pieces and press to the outside on each of your border pieces. Then your quilt top is finished. I hope you've enjoyed Good Neighbors. Join us next month, the 6th month, as we explore Marti's Carpenter's Wheel. Thank you for joining us.